Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Bleach Immortal Souls up today. So we got a few things to go over, and we've got some pulls to do. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the new event that is up today is the Soul Box event. Now, I mentioned this on a video I did a few days ago concerning the next Soul Box event, and it was going to be Barragan, and it was going to be Szayelporro. So that is up. Now, this is very fortuitous for me, actually, because as you know, my team has always been pretty. I have a pretty good team right now, using who I've been using. My biggest hole, as I mentioned several times, was actually really had a weakness in the Tortoise area. I was using Shinsui, I'm sorry, and Yuraku here, but this before they did the rework, he wasn't really doing much damage at all. In terms, he's gotten a lot better. Ever since they did the rework, he does more damage, and he definitely has a much better lifesteal application, which allows him to be a much better tank. So he's definitely one of the best Tortoises, no doubt. I still think Immortal is just a little bit better, simply because of the fact that Immortal does more damage, and he also offers a shield. That shield for your front is very important as well. It allows you to allows him to be more effective in a team situation than Yuraku does. Who really doesn't have much outward benefit to the team in that terms. So Immortal is better for your team, so that's why I'm using him. But that was my main issue with the team that I had. But I had a secondary issue, which wasn't that big of an issue, but it was still a little bit of an issue, and that was my bird, which is Shinji. Shinji's the free-to-play character, simply because you can get him inside of the Soul Jade 2.0 summons. He is one that you continue to pull along with Grimmjow. So you can build him up a lot faster than other characters, which is why I use him. I also like the fact that he has a Rage Steel application. Where he really shines is in the Kenpachi event. If you look into your arena, and it's under the Kenpachi contest when they're doing the 1v1 right here. Putting Shinji in against someone, you can beat a lot of characters that have more power and possibly even more stars. I have actually done that, more stars, simply because of the fact that his Rage Steel prevents the other who you're fighting from going into rage. In standard 1v1, rage hits about 3 times on average, is what most characters will do. Shinji can reduce that to 1. And I've been able to beat characters that have a lot higher power simply because of the fact that they never managed to get their rage off after the first time. So that's why I use him in my team. It's not that effective in a team setting. So that makes him not that big of a team member, because he really doesn't do a lot of damage. Actually, Core is doing a little bit more damage than Shinji is right about now. That's primarily because of the fact that I have Immortal's weapon. That's right, I have awakened his weapon because I got it in the last Soul Box event. Which brings us to this current Soul Box event, and why you should always pull on a Soul Box event, even if it's, you know, if you got the Soul Jade, you should definitely do it. And simply because of the fact that you can get the weapon for that character, making that character much more effective and much more useful. Fortunately for me, there is a bird in this particular Soul Box event, and that is Szayelporro. Barragan, as you know, is a tank. So this could be very good for multiple set of people. If you don't have Yuraku or Immortal, Barragan's a pretty darn good tank. Definitely something that you want to put in your team. And if you don't have Shinji, or if you're not, Nell is actually a bird as well too. She's pretty good. If you don't have either one of them, you might want to consider going for Szayelporro, because he does have a really good skill set. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. I've already done some minor work on him because I knew this was coming up. So I've already got him up to 91 in terms of his actual enhancement. So let me see if I can find him. Here he is. So he is UR, of course, and his insignia is the 8. You will be able to get this in a Soul Box event. This increases the damage of the actual character, and you'll see this when you do when we go through skill set. So he deals damage to a single enemy plus 18% of health that the enemy has already lost in additional damage. So like since it's Zengetsu, he does a lot of damage after some of the characters have already taken some damage. So he basically becomes stronger as the fight progresses. That's very important. Plus he has a 20% chance to disorient a target. Okay, and disorient cannot take action. Okay, anything that does that is very useful simply because of the fact that if they're not taking action, that means they can't attack you. They also can't throw out a buff or debuff if they don't attack you as well either. So that's good. So disorient is very well. His rage is an all image rage, which is excellent. But here's the thing, and he does a poison to all targets. Poison is very effective. Not a lot of the characters have a resistance to poison, which is one of the reasons that Miori, if Miori was a UR, he'd be used a lot more. He's an SSR. But a lot of people use him at Guardian stance simply because of the fact that he does damage on his rage as well. And then for each stack of DOT, which is poison is a DOT effects on enemy targets, enemies will take 2% increased damage for 1 round to a maximum of 12. Now this is good simply because of the fact that DOTs are burn, bleeding, those are DOTs. So you get a benefit from him from that as well, making him an extremely effective character because you're going to get a lot more damage. So you can theoretically get a 12% damage increase, okay? And now enemies will take increased damage for 1 round too. So 12% decrease in damage. So the enemies will be taking more. You can add 12% of damage. They'll be taking 12% more damage based on how many DOTs. So get those bleeds, those burns, poison, which is offered by him. So now, then after the weapon awakens, see here, damage is greatly increased. As we returns 35 of his missing hit points, and up to 4 buff effects are dispelled from each enemy. Okay, see here we go. So this is why, even though a character may be less stars, he might be more powerful if he's got his weapon. So this is where the soul box events become extremely important because you get the weapon. If you have enough soul jade, you get the weapon as well. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be going for Szayelporro because, as I said, my weak spot, sort of kind of weak spot right now, is in the Vermilion Bird category, which is where Shinji is at. His rage effect is extremely useful in 1v1, but in a team setting, it's just not that good. It could be better. I can do better from that. So that's what we're going to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the soul box event, and we're going to go ahead and try to get Szayelporro's weapon. We should, because I'm pretty sure I have enough jade to do that. They also have the soul jade rebate up, so you can extend your pools if you need to. So we'll go ahead and do those pools, and we'll try to get our hands on Szayelporro. Then I'll start working him up, and we'll see if he is in fact better than Shinji once you get that, because he's probably going to have, Shinji's going to have 1 more star. Plus, because Szayelporro is only 2 stars, Shinji right now is at 5 stars. So I'm hoping to get him to 4 stars. So I want to get 2 more stars, and at the same time, I want to get his weapon. And then we'll see once I get him to 4 if it's prohibitive. In the end, I might have to stick Shinji back in. If unfortunately, the Soul Jade 2.0 summons seem to have been focusing on Grimmjow a little bit more than they have on Shinji, and Grimmjow is just not very good in terms of what he offers. Not a very good character at all. Shinji's a much better choice from that, but I haven't been getting as many shards for him as I have been for Grimmjow. So we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and do the pools. Now, I did the free one this morning. Well, let me do the finished one here. That's Gabriel. Okay? When Szayelporro receives damage that would be fatal for the first time in a battle, he recovers 500 rage, regenerates 60% of his total hit point, gains increased damage reduction for 2 rounds, and causes all enemies to become poisoned for 2 rounds. Okay? So, again, poison's going to be a big thing, plus his damage reduction here. It's going to make him more survivable. So he's definitely going to be a little bit tougher than Shinji in terms of his survivability. So that is a buff as well. So I want to get him up to 4 minimum, because that's where I want to be able to start utilizing him. Getting him at 3 is just not going to be any very, very useful in terms. This will make him much more sturdier and much more survivable. So let's go ahead and do the pools. Now, I did the 1 pool this morning on the free. You get a free pool every day. When I did the free pool, I managed to snatch up 5 shards for the weapon, so that was pretty good luck. I was happy about that because it was just a 1 pool, which was the free pool. All right, so let's get back to the event. So here we go. So let's go to now this standard set out for these. So your first pool you're going to get. Okay, so we got 5 weapons and we got 4 shard choice packs for the actual character. Okay, and we got 5 for the weapon. So that means the weapon's up to 10. You need 50 for the weapon, and then we'll have to see exactly what we need. So let's do another pool here. So I got a full Kenzie. So 2 more shards. 2 more shards. But you will see that we did not get the weapon shard, and that's because the weapon happens every other pool. So now this next pool, we will get another 4 shards for the actual character, but we'll get the actual weapon as well. And see right here, weapon shard choice pack. So you get 5 every other pool, okay? And you need 50 to actually enhance, to get the actual weapon. So you're going to need quite a bit of soul jade to actually do it. So now here we're going to get 4 character shards. We're not going to get a weapon shard choice at this time though. So there's our 4 shards, and as you can see, no weapon shard. But on the next one, we'll get another 4 shards, and we'll get the weapon shard choice pack as well. Right, there's weapon shards. So it's very, very linear in what you're going to get. Every other pool, you're going to get 5 shards for the weapon, and you'll always get 4 shards for 4 shards to choose between Barragan or Szayelporro in this case. The rewards will give you 1 weapon shard choice pack on this one. You get 1 on this one, plus you get the Omni shards, which are always nice, and then on 50 another shard. So you get, that's 3 right here. So if you can get the pool up to 100 times, you'll be able to get so 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 7. So you'll be able to get 7 extra shards from within here. So let's go ahead. So we have done, right now we've done 5 pools. So if we go take a look here in the bag, so you're going to see we've got 23 shards for the actual weapon. Okay, and we've got 20 shards for Szayelporro. I've already got 4 on him right now. So if we go into the character here, to promote him up, we're going to need 40. We're going to need 36 to actually get him to 3. And then we need the more shards after that. So I'll probably have to use some Omni shards to get him to 4, but we'll see. We're going to pool as many times as we can on this. Now, if you look at the Soul Jade event is up as well, you'll always get a refund. So you get 300 back here, 300 and 600. So you can conceivably extend your pools quite just by getting the Soul Jade. Because you can get a lot as well as some nice extra rewards such as Omni Shards and Awakening Essence. So let's go back to the main pool here, and we'll go ahead and pool on the event. So let's see who we get here. So we got our 4 shards, another Yumachika, and Chad. Okay, so I got Ichigo. Very fortuitous summoning Ichigo, because I can always use the points for him. That's going to give me 16 shards for him. And of course, we got 4 as always, and we got the weapon shards again. So the 4 shards. I like this. You get a lot of, I noticed that we got Rose again. So get a lot of Omni Shard chests. So I should be able to get quite a bit of Shard's going to need to, because I'm probably going to need some to take him up. Rukia. Hinamori. Hinamori is useful because of her talent. Got 2 more shards for Ichigo. Weapon charge packs. So how much are we looking at? So we got enough for 1 more pool. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got Tessai. Convert to 50 shards. Okay, so we're down to 368. So of course, let's go into our rewards here. Come into our rewards. Claim. Give me some Omni shards. Claim. Get some essences. And here, 120, so we can start over and get that. So we should be very close, if not already have achieved the actual weapon. Let's go ahead and do the Soul Jade rebate. So we get another 600. 600. So I can already do one more pull. 600. I need 20. Yeah, so I can do 2 more pulls. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bag and see what we got here. So we are 2 away from getting the weapon, and since we can do 2 more pulls, we should actually get the weapon. In terms of shards, we've got 43 shards, so that's definitely going to be enough to take him to 3. And we'll be able to use, as you can see, these are Omni Shard shards here. Let's use this, see how many we get out of this. So we got 5 shards out of this. Right up to, so we've got quite a bit of shards. So let's see, let's go back to the actual soul box here into the event, and let's do 1 more pull here. And we now have the weapon, and let's go do 1 more summon to get some more shards, because we'll get 4 shards in this one. Another Hinomori as well too. Ruru. Wow, Ganju, 3 characters on that. That's quite a bit. I'm going to be able to take some of these characters up here. Okay, so we're at 488. So let's do this gold summon real quick here, just to get that out of the way. Just get a tonic event. So we do reward shards here. So we got. So I'm definitely going to have more than enough to get his actual weapon. I'm going to have some left over, but you can always, of course, get another copy of the weapon and work on doing it twice. So Soul Jade rebate. So I did get that Omni Shard, 600 and 600. So I can do 1 more pull to get more shards from him as well. So let's go back into the event. And we got, of course, more shards on both things. So that was good. So that should be as much as I can pull on this event. Yep, that's it. So let's take a look at what we got here. So we got a bunch of stuff. So 2 more Omni Shades packs. Okay, got some gift boxes. Always nice. Initiative is, you need to work on your initiative and focus on it. That is the key in pretty much all of the arena events. If you have roughly the same power, or a little bit more power, or a little bit less power, you will most likely win the event if you have the best initiative. Okay, so this is a tomb choice. I'm going to wait and see what tomb is required for Szayelporro before I actually make that. So I ended up coming out 60 and 54. So that's that. So let's go ahead and make sure we don't get, you know, Szayelporro confused with that. So let's see if we go down here to Szayelporro. Okay, so let me get out a little sheet of paper here just to make sure I write down everything so I don't get mixed up and purchase the wrong thing. So his is the 8. So he's a Rancor number 8. So that's the weapon we're going to purchase, is number 8. His tomb is a tactics tomb. And his actual, he's a source, his source is chaos. Okay, and just if you were wondering, he is a bird, okay, and he's got some tank ability to him. Tank, poison, and revive. Okay, so this makes him pretty good frontliner for you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here in terms of the bag. So let's go to the bag, do the weapons, and we'll use it. There's no use really focusing. You know, I'm just going to do all of them on 8 simply because of the fact that you know, I don't have anything for Barragan. So I'll just confirm it. You know, if some another soul box comes along, I'll have an extra shards to get another one of his weapon. So I now have 8 Rancor shards for Szayelporro. So now I go to here, and I combine them, exchange, and we now have his weapon. So let's go ahead and So let's go ahead and go to Szayelporro. Weapon. Promote it. You have to promote once before you're eligible to awaken it. And awakened, and then it's awakened. Okay, and you'll notice the little diamond up top indicating that it's been awakened. And then you get 2 more, you can awaken it again. But now I have the liquid jet awakening, which is that extra buff that you saw in the skill. That was not active until you actually awaken the weapon, which is one of the reasons that even though Urokora is less stars, he's doing more damage than characters with more stars and more power, simply because of the fact that he is awakened. Shinji is not. Shinji's weapon is not awakened. I have been unable to get his weapon or any shards for it because there's not been a soul box for him. All right, so that's that. So that's taken care of. So let's go take a look at the shards. Go ahead and cast those in and see what we can come up with here in terms of number. So we've got 60 shards. So we want to use those shards, and we're going to put those on Szayelporro, max them out, and confirm them. So we now have 60 Szayelporro shards, and this tube up here, we could use this now. We need the tactics tube right here, and we want to max that out. Just give 1 for that, and we've got a tactics tube as well. Okay, so let's go back to Szayelporro. Yep, all gone. So let's go back to Szayelporro. Down here, I'm going to have to start leveling him up. He's only blue. I'm going to have to bring him up. I'll probably be getting close to gold. So let's take a look. So we got the tomb. Okay, so we have to promote it once. As I said, it always requires 1 promotion before you can actually awaken it. Okay, so the tomb has been successfully awakened as well. Other things can be awakened as well. You can awaken these fairly easy, just simply by clicking on it and promoting it, and then you can awaken it with the actual things as well too. So that does not take any item. These items you can get this from within Gacha as well too. So you can get that from there, and you can purchase some of those things in the shop as well whenever they come around. So we'll have to look and see. So I've got the energy now. I've activated the bonds. I've got all 3 sets for him, which makes him going to make him pretty good in terms of bonds. I'll be able to get pretty much all of the bonds. I'll be able to completely achieve all of his bonds because I do have all of the characters, which is another reason that I was focusing on him. So let's promote him. Let's promote him up to that. So we now have 3 stars. So we're about 60 or some short. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shard exchange for him, and do the 55 that's needed, and promote him up. So he's now 4-star, which is where I needed him to be. So we're in good shape. Now let's take a look at the talent. In Battle Arena and Kenpachi Cast increases all characters' attack damage. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. An increased damage rate, especially in all characters' attack and damage rate. That's good. So that's definitely a talent that you're going to want to look on. So definitely want to getting charged for him, leveling him up will be good. So now it's just a matter of leveling him up. I mean, I've got some stuff I can bring him up pretty good. Enhancements here. I'm at blue, so my hope is I can get him up to gold, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'll probably get him up to gold within a few days. I'm hoping is my goal, because then I'll be able to actually. So we got a war soul we can put on him. I'm going to have to take a look, and I'm not going to do that right yet because I'm going to have to do a little bit of research as to which one will be the best war soul for him. I believe they have some of the things based on hit points and stuff, so some definitely want to do some type of hit points increase. And considering he's a tank, that would of course be beneficial to him as well. So I have to make a determination based on that, which is the best war soul. I don't like this. Don't stick War Souls on characters haphazardly. You want to try to apply a War Soul that's beneficial. For instance, don't stick a War Soul that enhances bleed on a character that doesn't bleed. Okay, and things like that. So make sure that there's War Souls out there. And make sure that they're due. Like if you have a character like Szayelporro, whose attack rate damage is based on his defense, you want to increase his defense because that increases his attack. So if you just put an attack increase on him, you're only benefiting his attack. But if you put the defense on him, you increase his defense and you get the attack. So you get both benefits. So it's more beneficial to have both. It's the same thing with characters. Some characters get better status on their attack or block or something by basing their hit points. So the same thing applies. So, and you want to do that. So in Szayelporro's case, I believe I think it's his first, one of his skills, deals damage plus 18%. That has lost an additional damage. That's 20. Okay. So deals all dispels up to 4 buffs for each enemy targets will take to increase damage for 1 round to maximum 12. Szayelporro regenerates 35 missing hit points. Gabriel gains increased damage reduction rate. Okay. So don't really see anything that would actually do that. Anything that increases the standard DOT and anything that would increase his attack or defense would be beneficial. So you should be able to be fairly flexible in terms of what you can put on him. There isn't anything special that would really make a difference. You can go hit points, you can go defense, you can go attack. Either one's going to just put the best one that you have that will give you the most benefit on him at the time. You also want to try to use one of, if possible, one that's forged for attack. So as you can see, we've got an increase. So we increased his hit points and his attack plus 20%. I'll take that. I think we can now activate all of the bonds. So I got one more I can activate. Source of Chaos. So let's see here. Chaos. Where can we get chaos? Well, first let's look in the shop. Okay. Source of a Light of Cosmos is in here. So I don't think we're going to be able to get our hands from anything from in here. Source of Flow of Water. Nope, so nothing there either. Zanjutsu 2, no, nothing there. And in items, no Source of Chaos. So your next place to look is in your actual gacha. And go into the exchange and emblems. Source of Chaos is right here. You can get one for 250. So let's exchange that. So let's go to characters. Go to that. Boom. Go to his Source of Chaos. Let's promote that. 1 star, then awaken it. And we have now awakened all of his items. So we are in good shape. And I got to put his War Soul. So we're looking pretty good. Got to start working on his equipment stuff. We'll see what we can get damage-wise. So it's going to take me a few days to get there. So we will, of course, have another video, of course, when that happens. I'll show you what it's doing and when I make a decision as to whether or not it's going to be who. But I think he's definitely going to be a first teamer. So we have not seen the picture yet for the new Ichigo, final form Ichigo. It's due out. They've seen this. Have managed to get some breaking shots that it's coming out. We're getting a new Ichigo and a new Yorichi. Armored Yorichi, I believe, and then the new Ichigo is going to be the final version of Ichigo. This is the Ichigo. He's going to look like he did when he fought Aizen in the battle, so he's going to be super strong. So we're waiting for him to come out. And you remember a couple weeks ago when I did the video the day before yesterday, I mentioned all 3 of that as well as this soul box. So everybody should have known it was coming if you watched the video. So that's where it's at. But yeah, so that's a good fortuitous, very good soul box for me. Something that I can definitely use. All right. So that should just do it. Everything's taken care of, and we'll have another video in a few days, and I'll show you how everything's going. All right. So again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. If you click on a bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. Remember to like or share the video because that does help out the channel immensely. So this is Ken Rick coming at you from the corner, signing out.